In today's video, I am going to show you how to create an author profile and add it to your blog posts in Squarespace. Not only that, I'm also going to share with you how it can help your SEO. But before we dive in, if we haven't met yet, my name is Meg. I'm the founder of Floating Lotus Design, and I'm a Squarespace web designer and SEO specialist and a new cat mom, if you can hear her in the background. So I'm here to help you elevate your website and your business without the tech overwhelm. Pause while she tries to climb out the window. Hey, sweetie, calm down. Good girl. All right. Before I show you how to actually create your author profile and add it to your blog post, let's chat a little bit about SEO. Now, this is probably not very well known, but Google actually does recommend that you add author profiles to your posts. And the reason being is that while it is not one of those major factors that will really help boost your rank in SEO, it can help support it. So it turns out that while this hasn't been very well known, if you have an author profile at the end of your articles or blog posts, it can actually indirectly help you with your SEO. And how does it do that? Well, one of the main things that Google looks for when it is evaluating content for quality and other factors that will help you to rank in search results, they use their main framework, which is the EAT framework: experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. These are the crucial things that help your content stand out. And by highlighting your expertise in your author profile, it sends a signal. As we all know, these days with the introduction of AI and the generative search results, it's getting harder and harder to get seen on page one of Google, amongst other things. So it's really important that we can stand out and establish our authority and our expertise, and especially our trustworthiness with our content. There's also so much stuff that is getting thrown out onto the internet now that is just really, for lack of a better way of saying, AI-generated crap. And I say that as someone who uses AI and loves AI, but there's a lot of crap that's just getting spewed out, copied, pasted, and thrown out there in mass volumes. So you really have to make an effort to establish your authority and your expertise. And something as simple as adding your author profile to your articles and your blog posts can actually really help with that. Now, again, this is not a major ranking factor for SEO. It's not going to I added an author profile and my rankings took off. This is just one of those small, easy things that we can do to indirectly help boost our SEO by helping to establish that trust and credibility, that experience and expertise factor that Google's looking for in content. And don't forget that we can now be found by people searching in AI. They don't have to be searching on Google to find us. So all of these things can start to add. Now, let's be clear. I'm talking about more than just tagging your name at the bottom of your article or your post. We're talking about building a profile where you can include important links to other articles or content that you've created. You can list out your expertise or your credentials. You can help people want to engage more with your content. And most importantly, establish trust. Hey, there's a real person behind this content who has real experience and they know what they're talking about. So you're in the right place. I'm not just some AI chatbot spewing out content. And hopefully they'll click through to some of that other content and you'll benefit from that extra engagement by people staying and exploring your site. Most importantly, you really don't want to miss that opportunity to be able to stand out and establish yourself against the competition, both human and AI generated. And if you can get an indirect SEO boost along the way, so much the better. All right. So enough about SEO and how adding a profile can indirectly help your efforts there. Let's head over to my demo site and I'll show you how you can create one. All right. So the first step to adding your author profile happens in your profile. So you have to go into your main Squarespace account dashboard and you want to click on your little face here. And I'm showing you mine because I've already got this set up and we'll save some time. And you just click on your profile and you can upload your picture if you want. You can put your name, how you want to say it, your display name, and link to your website. And then down here, it has space for you to type in your bio. Keep it as concise as can be, include the most important things. But I always say here, written by my name. And right here, I have this link to a page that I've created on my Squarespace website that lists more details. So the reason we have this is that when you add the author profile, enable that on your blog posts, this is what's going to show up. The information that you have here, your picture, a link to your website, and this information that you've typed here. So if you want to be able to click and get more information or find some more content on your site, you're going to want to link to your author profile page. So we'll go do that next. All right, so we are now on the back end of my website, and I have created a page in the not linked section for my author profile. And I'll just quickly show you the settings on that. If I click here. So I've called my page title is my name, but the navigation title, so how it's listed on the side, is called author profile. And the URL slug is author slash, and I have my name hyphenated that. So you kind of want to follow that same format. And for SEO, I have an SEO title and an SEO description for this page. I want this to be able to be found. And basically what I've put here, and you can design this and have the information how you want it, but you're basically creating your profile page within your website as well. And so if somebody clicks on the author profile, and it's going to have my name, all this extra information, a more expansive bio that I've written for people to look at. But I could also add a summary block and add links to some of my most popular posts, or maybe I want to drive into my services page or to book a call or whatever. But this is what you want to do here is you want to create a profile page that they can go to for a little bit more information or be driven to additional content on your website that would be useful. And that will help your SEO. So it may seem like, well, why can't I just do the author profile? You can, but this makes it even that much more helpful and gives the opportunity for you to engage with your website visitors even more. So now let me go back and I'll show you how we add this. Okay, we're in a recent blog post that I created, and I'm going to show you quickly how to enable that author profile at the bottom of your page. So you want to come into your post and you want to go to edit section. And under this format, you have the option to toggle on show author profile. Now keep in mind, this is different than showing author name. Author name is if you want to show just in the metadata, the author's name, that's this. It's not the same thing as your author profile. You want to enable author profile. So when you click that on, what you will find, when you come all the way down to the bottom of the blog post, of course, this was a long one, all the way at the very end, here's my author profile. So you'll notice here, mine is actually, been zhuzhed up a little bit thanks to a little bit of some CSS code that I've added to do the styling on this. The default will look different and it's also perfectly fine. I'll show you that in a second, but just so that you're aware, this is not how it's automatically going to show up. I've styled this a bit, but the layout is basically the same. It's going to have my picture for my profile. If you remember, we set that up, my name, and then that blurb that I wrote before, followed by the very end, a link to my website. So you'll notice that this here, you'll notice in the down here is actually, see that pop up, is linked to that author page that I created. So if somebody clicks on this, they are going to be taken back to that author profile page. Now, important thing to note, when you have this author profile clicked on, it's going to show up on every blog post. So it's not blog post specific, even though you're setting this in the section of this particular blog post. Once you turn this on, this is turned on for all of your blog posts. These settings apply globally. So keep that in mind. You can't really pick and choose to be having an author profile showing up on one blog post, but not on another. So that's an important thing to remember. So that said, I'm going to show you real quick what this will look like by default without the use of CSS code to style it up. Okay, so here is a sample blog post, just basic, no extra special styling and code. And when that author profile is enabled, it's going to show up like this. Perfectly fine. You don't need to zhuzh it all up if you don't want to. It's just going to come down in that standard format. It's going to be down at the bottom and your link will be here. So yeah, it's not super fancy, but it looks fine and it does the job. And if you ever do want to play around with some CSS to style it up, let me know in the comments and we'll think about doing a video about that. That's all there is to being able to set up your author profile and start using it to help establish your authority and your credibility and giving a little additional help to that SEO. So hopefully after watching that tutorial, you will run, not walk, over to your Squarespace account and get that author profile created and start adding it to your blog posts. And if you're interested in learning how you can zhuzh it up with a little CSS, drop me a comment down below and maybe I'll make a video about how to do that too. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more Squarespace tutorials or learn more about SEO, be sure to check out my playlists on my channel. There's lots of great stuff there for you. And if there's something you're looking for that you haven't been able to find yet, let me know. Maybe I'll make a video about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.